Okay, hi everybody, welcome. My name is Kathryn. I'll be coaching you guys through a little bit of mobility. Today we're going to focus on hamstrings. We'll get into the quads and we'll also work through the calves. So this would be a really great thing to do, especially after a meta circuit, maybe when it's more a little bit lower body, especially like high intensity. So yeah, we're gonna hop straight to it. We're just gonna start to warm things up first by working through a forward fold. So important to do here is just to get the fleshy part of our glutes out from underneath us, so that way we create some space, some length. We're gonna sit up nice and straight, extend your arms up and overhead, and we'll just take a nice little forward fold here before we get into those hamstrings. Kind of reaching for those toes, ankles, calves, knees. This is also a really great thing to do. Sorry, I know I'm going so fast. I'm like, this is a great thing to do to just see where we're starting. And then at the end, we can practice our forward fold after and see if we've improved after our mobility technique. So for this segment, you guys are gonna need to use a lacrosse ball and maybe some sort of yoga block. You can also use like a pot. If you just flip the pot, like a pan, you know, flip the pot upside down, something that's heavy and that you can put the ball on. Okay, let's just go ahead and bring one knee in. You're just gonna cross it over, lift through the chest, and we'll rotate. Just get in throughout the glutes as well. We wanna make sure that our hips aren't feeling too tight here before we hop into our, lower body work. Good, let's switch sides. Hug it in, cross it over, lift through the chest, and rotate. Ooh, I'm sore from this week of workouts, for real. Rick's feeling it too? Oh yeah. All right, guys, we'll get started with our hamstrings first. So first and foremost, we're gonna wanna use that block, if you've got that, or again, some sort of elevation, usually like a stack of heavy books, or I actually at home use a pot. I just switch it upside down. Either way, it's gonna come to the very base here. We're gonna start with our lacrosse ball here at the very belly of our hamstring, and we'll just find that elevation. We're gonna start here. And first, we're just gonna start with that little heel motion, just kind of threading it through from side to side. And you'll start to feel you've got some gunk in there, and that's fine. Just kind of rolling it out, moving that heel. Not the ball, but just the motion of our foot. Good, and from here you'll start to feel like maybe there's some inner thigh work that we need to get to. So once we've gotten through the belly, we can start to move that ball a little bit further up and more in. Okay, take a little hip rotation here, so if you can see, a little hip rotation. So now my leg is slightly turned in, so that way the ball is right underneath, kind of working towards the inner thigh, but still on those hamstrings. And again, if you can lift that heel, ooh, just move it nice and slow. Or maybe you keep the heel on the ground and rock it from side to side. Whatever feels good here, just to get in through the belly of the back of the hamstring. Could literally spend all day on this motion. So if you feel another space that's calling to you, feel free to take that. So looking good. Hopefully you've got some nice Zen music on to help you roll this out. Good, we'll take about 2 or 3 more toe reaches from side to side. And that's great, guys. So we're gonna move from that inner thigh. We worked through the belly, we went through the side body, and now we're gonna go to the outer thigh. So this time we're just kind of shifting our body weight more towards the outside. Again, it's just still at the very top of our hamstring. Okay, and so lifting that heel and initiating that motion with your heel is gonna be what's best to help us get into it. Maybe shifting forward and back as well. Be another motion to get that pressure into our hamstrings. Excellent work, guys. So again, we're at the very top here. We're gonna be moving down. We'll find 2 more spaces in our hamstring before we move on to the other side. Great job, y'all. All right, headed down. So we started very at the top. Okay, we're gonna go down to more of like the mid belly. All right, mid belly of our hamstrings. This is where the elevation is really gonna help, especially creating some space for that foot to lift up. So I want you to just kind of let it hang down, and then we're gonna extend that leg straight, lower back down, extend it straight. Good, so we're just going in and out of flexion here. Awesome job. On our next one, we'll just go ahead and keep that foot flexed, and then we're gonna start that toe motion. So from side to side, just go ahead and roll it on out. Kind of like threading the needle, in and out, in and out. Great job, y'all. And that's great. We're gonna move that ball from the belly of the back just a little bit closer towards that inner thigh. And we'll take our small rotation. So for here, I am super sore, so I might need to just start here with pressure. But if you're ready for some motion, again, we're gonna work through that flexion and then relaxation. So flexion, relaxation. A few of those just to warm it on up. Woo, and get a little deeper each time through. When we're feeling good there, we'll go ahead and flex that foot. And again, ooh, that small motion with the heel, maybe slowing it down. That's pretty tight for me. Whoo, maybe one or two more here. Excellent work. And then we'll move it to the outer hamstring. So again, with this elevation, we'll start with our flexion. Okay, again, it's right about here in the middle of the belly of the back of the leg, and then more towards the outside. Ooh, boy, it's a hot place to start. Okay, here we go. Starting with some flexion. Extend that leg up, and then lower it back down. Good job, y'all. Kind of working almost towards the IT band there. Good, on our next one, we'll extend it all the way straight, and then if you got a little motion in ya, we'll go ahead and add that in. Good, and I'm starting to feel the tightness in my hips, which is a pretty common thing, since we've got some connection there between our IT band to our hips, all the way in through the tightness of our hamstrings into our quads, so that lower body, all of that's connected there. Take one or two more and release. Excellent work, guys. Okay, moving to the very base of our hamstring. So not at the knee itself, but right above. We're gonna finish it on out there. Only two places to hit here. So we'll start on the inside, more of the inner, right behind the knee, at the very base. And we'll start with our flexion. Good, you'll feel if it's in the right spot. Up and down, up and down. And then when you're ready for it, we'll start with the threading. In and out, motion. Good, with the foot, leading with the heel or the toe. You can't really go wrong here. As long as it's not at the back of the knee, you're in a good spot. Awesome work. We'll go ahead and move it to the outer. So that's going to cover the whole base we just got here. We're going to move it all the way to the outside. And we'll start with that flexion. Flexing the foot, letting it go. Excellent. And we'll move it on about. Okay, so finishing up on this side. Excellent work, team. All right, let's work through that same thing on the other side. Again, you're welcome to, pause the video if you need more time there. Again, we're gonna start at the very top of our hamstring, so almost right underneath the glute. Okay, coming onto that, elevation. We'll start into the belly of the back of the thigh at the very top. Okay, again, starting with our flexion of the foot. Straight, and then lower it on down. Great work. And then we'll start to move it a bit. So just leading with that heel, locking it from side to side. Maybe you need to sit back a little bit more to create some more space. Cool. Looks great, y'all. Doot, doot, doot. All right, we'll take it to the inner thigh. So same positioning. We're at the very top of your hamstring here, but just a bit more towards the inner thigh. Okay, again, we can knock that knee in, so we've got a little bit of internal rotation. And we can first start with that flexion, extending out, and then lowering it back down. Good, just lifting that leg up, flex it, and then let it go. This one's pretty rough for me. Great job, and then we'll start with that motion. So heel from side to side. Ooh, baby. I know it. Great job, guys. Then we'll move to the outer thigh. All right, so same positioning, but we're just going to the outer thigh. Maybe you need to reposition yourself a little bit, so we kind of shift to the side if you need. All right. Outer side of our hamstring, starting with our flexion. Good, we're almost working in towards that IT band there. Good, and we'll extend that leg out straight, and we'll start with a little bit of motion. Great work, team. Good, make sure that you're breathing through this. If you do find any really tough points, try to hold it there. Take a few breaths. Good. Just make sure that we're breathing it out. And if we're not, then you're just holding in all that tension and it's going elsewhere. Maybe it's going towards your shoulders, or maybe it's going towards your low back. So make sure you just breathe that out, and we'll just let all that tension go. Awesome work, guys. We got 2 more spots on this back of our hamstring. So starting back into the center, we're gonna go to the just the center of the back of the hamstring. So straight there. Good, we're creating a little bit more space for our flexion. So here we go, lift and lower. Good, we're in the center, then we'll move to the inner thigh and then to the outer thigh. 1 more space on this hamstring, and then we'll move to our calves and finish it out with our quads. Awesome job, team. Good, let's take that heel. Ooh, I've got a big knot there. I can feel that band just rolling over. So I might take some more time here. Again, we're not really moving the ball, but we're moving a body part over the ball. Right, so that's gonna help us get in a little bit deeper. And just really use the pressure of gravity and less of the small rotations of that lacrosse ball. Good, let's move it towards the inner thigh. I can feel mine's already really tight. So we'll start with that lifting and lowering of the heel. Good work. And extending up, and we'll start with that little motion. Do, 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 do. Cool, cool. I wish I had a fun story to tell everyone. I don't think that anything exciting has really been happening lately. Great, we're gonna move to the outer thigh. Again, we're in the middle here of the back of the hamstring. So towards the outer part of that hamstring. Good, and we'll work with that lifting and lowering.
Stefan let him know that you won Best Butt in high school.
I'm sure he did. Okay, I heard that's, all right, Stefan let you guys know that he won Best Butt in high school. Oh, I won Best Personality.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Out of my 200, I think there were like 220 people that I graduated with. So, hey, Best Personality, y'all. That's good, thanks.
I wonder if Eric won anything.
I'm sure Eric won like Best Hair or something ridiculous.
Style.
Yeah, her style, most likely to be on The Real World or something like that. That's my guess. All right, guys, we're going to move it down again, we're not going to be at the back of the knee, but just above it. So only 2 spots here that we're going to be hitting, since that should be a little bit thinner of a space. And we'll just start towards the outer side, and then we'll work towards the inside. So again, at this point, you guys know your motions. Feel free to take what you need. Oh, that's funny. Did you win anything, Rick?
I got most friendly.
Most friendly! See, Rick and I, with our personalities being great. Well done. That's awesome. Good. And on the inside, how many graduating people in your class?
Like 400 or 500.
Oh, 400 or 500 out of 400 or 500. You got most friendly?
Yeah.
I mean, because not everybody gets something.
Yeah.
The fact that you won is so amazing. I'm obsessed with that. That's so great. So great. All right, y'all. Done. Hamstrings, check. Okay, cool. Moving on. I said we're going to go through the calves, so let's do that first. All right, you guys are welcome to not use your block, but if you do have a block or something that you'd like to start with, you guys are welcome to. We'll start at the very base or at the top of the calf here. Okay, and again, our motion is going to be that same thing. It's just going to be that heel slide from side to side. Good work. You should kind of feel that immediately. Usually there's some sort of a knot on the outside of that thigh or of that calf. So take your time here. Mine is just like rolling right over. Good, and if you're looking for more, it is going to be a bit more intense if you bring in that piece of elevation. Good, because it's just going to change that angle of gravity. Ooh, and we're able to create more space for that muscle to melt into the ball. Oh my, these are awful. Good, so you can try some pointing and flexing of the foot. Good, and again, that rolling from side to side. Oh my golly, these are tough. Woo! Feeling it. Good, and then maybe we bring that heel all the way in towards the center of the body, so we're hanging out here on the outside of our calf, and then we can add a little bit of motion. Just shoot your body forward and back, a little rocking. Breathing it out. Good, again, you can't really go wrong here. Forward and back. Excellent work. Good, and then let's scoot our body back so the ball comes down a little bit further. So creating more space, so now instead of being at the top, we're gonna be more towards the mid and the bottom. And again, you don't need your elevation here if you don't want to, or maybe it's too intense. But we'll start here, and we're gonna work again through that side where the heel is kind of internally rotated. And you can scoot your body forward and back. And then let's work on our pointing and flexing. So just kind of noting where our body really needs the tension release the most. You'll know when you hit it. Good, and then again, adding a little bit of that motion through the heel or leading with the toe. This is extremely painful, so I'm hoping that you guys are moaning and groaning, breathing it out at home. Most friendly, that's great. Oh, I love that.
The girl that won.
Uh-huh.
Funny thing was we never talked to each other because I had a huge crush on her.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh. Rick said that the girl that won also the most friendly, he was too shy because he really liked her and they never talked before. That's insane. All right, we're bringing that lacrosse ball to the other side, guys. All right, take it on up. And again, we're gonna start right here. All right, at the top of our calf. And maybe if you didn't start with the elevation, you don't start with the elevation, so we even out our sides. That's fine. Okay, and we'll start with a little bit of motion here, shaking that heel from side to side. Yeah, I think Stefan had a pretty big pretty big butt, yeah. Graduating class too, I think.
Yeah,
that's
Denver, right?
yeah. Yeah, East. That's funny.
You were outside of Chicago?
Yeah, just like Crystal Lake, Illinois. So kind of more closer towards the border of Wisconsin, northern Illinois. We're the second to last train stop outside of Chicago. So it is technically called a suburb, but it's a town in my eyes, I think. Crystal Lake, Illinois. Yeah. It's a cute spot. There's a lake there, and all of my sisters and I, we all worked at the lake as lifeguards. So we would like bike to work. It was so fun, the most fun summer job. We had such a good time. Or I would like run to work. It's like a mile and a half. And then lifeguard, and then run home, or go do bonfire things, all the stuff.
Wait, what? You weren't on Lake Michigan?
No.
It's its own.
Yep, Crystal Lake. Yeah. All right, guys, let's move that lacrosse ball. If you haven't already, we're going to take that rock and roll position, and then that heel comes internally rotated. So we're rocking it out. I'm sweating. This is making me sweat because I'm releasing that tension there. It's pretty painful. I'm not going to lie. Good thing we're talking through it. So again, make sure that you guys are breathing.
Went to a wedding in Arlington Heights.
Oh yeah, Arlington Heights. That's where my dad's from.
Really, like,
Yeah,
Polish community?
super big.
Yeah. The wedding was like half Polish.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's awesome. There's also a really cool racetrack there, like an old school racetrack with the horses and stuff like that. So we would like go and wear our fancy hats and stuff like that. Like once a year we would probably go there. We would go there for my birthday, which was fun because it was Memorial Day weekend normally. So that's kind of fun.
It's your birthday?
May 30th is. No, so it was Memorial Day weekend. It sometimes falls then,
Okay.
but May 30th is. Great job, guys. We're feeling good on our calves. You guys get the gist of it. So again, just pointing and flexing the toe, rolling it out as you need. We're gonna finish it on out with some quad work. So we gotta flip it over here. Okay, and we'll get started with on the belly of the quad. We'll hit just 3 places here, starting here at the top, and then we're gonna work our way down. If you guys do need to move that ball at any time, you're welcome to head a little bit more towards the inner thigh. That's when your elevation is gonna be utilized, but I think you guys can figure out what you need. So we'll start with that lacrosse ball here at the very belly of the thigh at the top. And we'll come on down. I like to bring my knee out to the side, so I'm creating some space and just starting with pressure here. Okay, from here we're just gonna bring our heel to our glute and then back down. Should be pretty intense. Heel to the glute and back down. And again, if you need more, or just want to create some more space or anything like that, you guys are welcome to bring that onto the ball, bringing our knee out to the side. So again, my ball is elevated here. You're just bringing your heel to your glute. Woo, baby. And back down. Good. Once you've gotten a few of those and you're feeling pretty good, we're going to move forward and back, really slight motion here. So I'm going to elevate that back heel and push my body forward. So I'm going up on my toe and then pushing it back to my heel. Up to my toe, back on my heel. Whew, oh my golly. These are pretty tight, pretty tight. Good, so forward and back here. Oh my God, my face is getting red. I'm sweating it out. It's a tough one. Good work, guys. Let's go ahead and make sure that we're melting all the way into it. Maybe take a second to pause there. And then we're gonna take our last motion is gonna be a hip thrust. So you're moving your hips to the center and then moving it away. Hips to the center and away. So those 3 motions is what you're gonna be messing around with. We either got our heel to our glute, our forward and back onto the toe to the heel, or that hip sway from side to side. So once you find a knot, I would suggest working through those motions. Those 3 motions, we're gonna go ahead and move that ball down to the belly of the thigh, straight into the middle. So we just started here at the top. I'm gonna go down to the middle. Again, you don't need to have this elevation, but it does help if you wanna intensify this exercise. I'm gonna ditch it. It's too intense for me right now. So right to the middle, and again, bringing that leg out to the side will create some space. Okay, we'll get started with bringing that heel to the glute. So relax into that knee, kind of let it hit the floor here, and then you're just gonna bring your heel to your glute and lower it back down. Should feel pretty intense, but really good. Fabulous job, team. And then our next motion is going to be tucking that back toe. So hopefully you guys saw it on this round, but I'll go ahead and show you from a different angle. Okay, you're just going to go forward onto your toe and then back. So it's creating a little bit of length in this motion. Pushing it forward, letting it go back. And then our last one is going to be that hip thrust, so you can relax that knee to the floor. Really just melt your body into the ball, and we're going to move our hips from one side to the other. So squeeze the glutes and let them go. Whew. New Glass Animals. I saw you had this song on your playlist yesterday, yeah? Tokyo Drifting. Do you listen to them?
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good. They're so good. You gotta check them out. You'd like them a lot. Like all their tunes are on point. Awesome job. Yeah, this is actually kind of different than their normal stuff, but you would like their normal stuff. It's still really good. Okay, last one, guys. We're gonna take it down to the very base of our quad here. Okay, so just like that sexy part where it like bulges out, right? That's where you want to put it. It's going there. Okay, again, you can utilize that elevation if you'd like to. I am not, because I'm that tight and I'm not trying to kill myself today. So, okay, so starting here. Whoo! Already I'm in kind of a lot of pain here, so I would probably just start by sitting. And then when you're ready, we can take that glute activation. Bringing our heel to the glute, and then lowering it back down. Oh boy, these will get me. Excellent work, team. And then we'll go forward and back. Make sure you're not getting down to your kneecap at all. Good, heel to toe. You can also create some angles there if you need. You'll know what feels best. And our final motion here is going to be that hip thrust. So pausing here, you're going to shoot your hips, squeeze your glutes, and then let it go. Squeeze the glutes and let it go. Okay, that's enough for me. Great. Moving on to the other side, guys. Last few motions here, and then we will call it quits. Oh, good. All right, here we go. Starting at the very top of the belly of the thigh. Come on down. I used elevation on the other side, so I'm going to even it out. Oh, good. I'm running low on time here. We'll wrap this thing up real quick. All right, so getting started with that heel to the glute, and then let it on go. Excellent work, guys. And then we'll flex the foot. We're gonna go from the toe to the heel. I don't know how they could do best butt in high school. Like, did a girl win that?
Yeah, that seems weird.
Stefan, you've got to clarify. Does he have his, yeah, he's got his headphones in. Great job, guys. Moving on, headed down to the center. We got 2 more to go and we're out of here. Oh man, all right. We got 2 more to go and we're out of here. All right, headed down to the center. Let's get it going with that heel to the glute. And let it go. Again, if you need to pause your video to make sure that you even out your sides, I think that would be probably the best. Not gonna use elevation on that, it's too intense for me. Okay, so just bringing that heel to the glute. And lower back down. Hey, Stefan. So was there a girl that won best butt too? Just a guy. Just shake it, shake it, shake it. Woo! Bonus, right? There we go. We're working from side to side here, guys. Fans only page. Fans only. Excellent work, team. We're gonna take it down to the base. Okay, last one here. I'm sweating all over the floor. We're finishing it on out. Okay, and again, coming up on our elbows and creating a little bit more space is gonna be a bit more challenging. If this is too much for you, especially for your core and everything like that, you can just lay down and just chill, right? You're still gonna get that same effect. It's just gonna be not as intense, and that's fine. Sometimes we need that, a little less intense. Heel to the glute, then foot is gonna go down. We're gonna go from the toe to the heel, toe to heel. We might need to come up on those elbows for this one to create some length, to create some space. And our final one is gonna be that glute thrust. So shoot those glutes in and then release. In and release. Little hip shake from side to side. Feel free to take a few more here at your own pace. And that's that, y'all. That's all I got for you today. Great job. Hopefully we gotten through those quads, hamstrings, and calves. Again, my name is Kathryn. Please let me know if you guys have any other questions, and we'll see you guys soon. Namaste. Have a great day.